To all the men out there who have had a troubled relationship with your father, or maybe you never even had a father because he was never in your life, well, you need to forgive him. And the reason why you need to forgive him is because the longer you hold on to those resentments, the more damage you're going to do to you and your own future, your own relationships, whether it be with other male friends, with women, with children, with, whatever parents you have left. Holding on to that resentment is only going to eat away and damage you further. Now, I know it's easier said than done. If you've had a father that you hate, you didn't get along with at all, that you thought was a deadbeat, that was a loser, that was a jerk, that was simply a dude you never even met because he up and ran before you even met him. Well, here's what I propose to you with regards to this. Your father is a human. He's just a man, even though in your eyes he is a father. And of course, we all want to have that love from our father. But your father started off as a young boy the same way you did. And for whatever reason, you may never know the reason, but he had to adapt and adopt certain behaviors to protect himself and survive when he was a child. Now, if your father went through abuse or went through trauma or whatever, if he went through a tough time himself, well, chances are he's going to have had to adopt behaviors that probably push people away. He had no idea how to bond with people, how to connect with people, how to express emotions, how to express love. And when I say express emotions, I don't mean in a vulnerable, feminine way, but simply how to clearly communicate with those around him. And so if he grew up in a troubled past, chances are that's all he knows. He's never even been around or had a situation in his own life where he felt love or felt affection from parents or from relatives, siblings. So he's not going to know how to do that. Now, does this excuse him not being in your life or treating you in a shitty way if that's what he did? No, it doesn't excuse it. But I want you to understand it. Because you need to understand that a man doesn't want to grow up to be an asshole. That is a response to something that he dealt with earlier on in his life. No man sets out to be a deadbeat father. I think most men, in their own mind, they dream of being the father that they never had, but they simply don't have the tools to do it. So when it comes down to it, they resort to what they know. And if all they know is crazy abuse and crazy behavior from their own childhood, from their own past, well, that's what they're going to end up doing. And guess what? You're going to end up doing the same thing if you don't put your foot down and address that and forgive it. Now, I'm not saying that you need to, be hunky-dory and all smiles, but you need to let it go and understand that he was once a boy, he was once a young man, that he just adopted behaviors, whether good or bad, that ended up doing damage. And yeah, there was probably damage done to you, to your own family, but we need to let go and we need to forgive fathers, because if you don't, you're going to stay stuck. And that's the last thing that I want for you guys out there, especially when it comes to this channel. We need to address ourselves and look at where we're getting stuck. What are our blind spots? And for many of you, it does stem from a relationship with your father. So, and this goes for the women out there who watch the channel as well. You need to be able to acknowledge these things, and you can't simply keep pointing the finger forever. Because the longer you point the finger, the more that keeps you in a victim mentality and a victim mindset. And when you're a victim, that means you're helpless. And on this channel, we are not helpless. We look at what we're doing, we address it, and we come up with solutions on how to overcome them. So, that being said, one thing that you can do to work through this, if you are in contact with your father, but you just have a tough relationship, then you need to now be the father. You need to be the parent and sit down, have a, say, hey, I'd love to chat with you, talk about stuff, and reveal to him how some of what went down when you were younger affected you. You don't want to say, you suck, you did this, you did that. You don't want to blame, but you want to say, hey, when we were growing up and you never told me you were proud of me, that affected me in this way. And I just want to let you know that. And I don't know why you did it, but it really bothered me, and I want to let you know that. And give him an opportunity to say something about it. He might have been waiting for a chance to apologize for that. You don't know, but as a man now, you have to be that adult to do this. So that's one thing that I would suggest doing. I actually went through this myself with my own father because I wanted to just speak man to man. And I remember I had that conversation with him, and that was really, I thought to myself, wow, he's just another man on the hustle and the grind, just like anybody else out there. And he has his own reasons for doing things, and it really brought us closer together. At least it helped me gain a better perspective of who he is as a man. So that's the first thing you can do, is just sit down and express to him and ask questions too. Like, hey, why, when we were growing up, was there a reason why you struggled to be proud of us, or did we do something that made you not proud of us? Ask those questions to him and have that conversation. The second thing, if your father's not in your life at all, if he's just you never knew him, I would suggest using a journal and writing out everything that you feel, all your resentments, all your hatred, all your anger. Get it outside of your body. The physical act of writing is very cathartic, and it gets it out there. Get it out. Get it outside of yourself. Put it into a notebook, and let it be. Let that be your communication, what you always wanted to say to him in that notebook. And then let it sit. Let it out. And I think once you get through that exercise, you will feel a sense of release. And when it's out on paper, I would also say, after you get all that stuff out, I would then go back and try to figure out and just write down what you think was the reason why he may have done what he did. You might not agree with it, but just write it down and see what in your mind, what could have caused him to do those things. And do you think it was intentional or not? Maybe it was, I don't know. But get those things out, because when you can first get your things out and then try to understand it from the other perspective, it has a very powerful cathartic effect to it. And I want you to do that because I want you to be able to let go of those feelings so you can move on. So you can now let go of some of those past hang-ups, things that were on your shoulders, giving you burden, and clear the slate so now you can in turn decide, well, who is the man that you're going to be? You're not going to repeat the things of the past. You're going to do something new. But first, you have to let go of those things of the past. So try those two things. Hopefully, those are two different scenarios depending on what your situation is that you can act out and do. But if you have any questions about this topic or want to share your experiences, if you've ever done this with your father, please comment down below. And if you have not already, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. I put videos out every week. And if you're looking to get one-on-one coaching with me and talk about a challenge or issue that you're facing in your life and want a battle plan of how to get through it, then book a call. Click the links down below and book a call with me. All right, that'll do it for this video. We will see you guys in the next one.